Hello and welcome, beautiful, vibrant souls, to today's Pick a Card reading. So today's reading is going to be looking at a little bit of a spicy one. It's going to be looking at, do they think this connection is worth it? I know. So while you can totally ask this for somebody that you are, in partnership with, in solid connection with, you feel good about it and you kind of just want some reassurance, confirmation, maybe to see, a little bit of why they feel the way they do, or why, they might feel the way that you think they feel, etc. This can totally apply, but this is going to be kind of more for people where they're at a crossroads, they're at a turning point. Maybe, these are for folks of you where you're in separation and you energetically feel like there's still something there, or you feel like, the universe is trying to bring you back together. Excuse me, my allergies are really bad today. Again, this is really just for people who are at a crossroads. They're trying to assess, and you want to kind of get a feeling for where your person's at. So we're going to be looking at kind of, the energy of what's going on in this connection, what they might be feeling and thinking about it, as well as there's some messages that are coming through and some specific details. So lots of good stuff. Yeah. So as you can see in the thumbnail, there are 3 options to choose from. Option 1 is with this beautiful fuchsia agate, which I would probably die for because it's just that lovely. Maybe not, but I would die with, bury me with this. Whoever's going to take care of that, bury me with this. And we have option 2 with this honey calcite. Oh, what cute little honey calcite. Option 3 with this blue apatite. So feel free to pause the video if need be, meditate, contemplate on the options that we have gone over. When you have found one that best resonates with your energy, your person's energy, etc., please head down to the timestamps in the description box below, and that will take you to your selected option. With that, I'm going to start. I'm going to move to group 2. Oh no, not that. That's not it. I'm going to start with group 1 because we can count, and we're going to do that here. So yeah, see you there. Hi, group 1. Okay. Excuse me. I want to say I have a confession. Ready? This is not the first time that I recorded this. I was recording your guys' group. Normally, if you're new here, let me inform you. If you're an old friend, you already know. I try not to look at the cards because I like to discover them with you. But yours I've already seen, and the reason why is because I got a good solid chunk of the way through. And then we got like this freakish thunderstorm showing up. It got dark really quick. The wind started blowing super duper hard, and I'm not in a region of the country where we kind of get hardcore thunderstorms or anything like that. It was just it was intense. And when it was kind of, I ended up losing power, and so I was like, all right, I'll take this as a sign. We'll take a break. And when I came back to it, the energy felt totally different. So the interpretation that I'm going to have is very likely going to be slightly altered. But what I'm taking from this, and the whole point of sharing this, is that I feel as if this situation may have gone through or be going through a complete reboot. I'm hearing meltdown. So something is just being completely melted away, torn down. It's showing me candles melting in on themselves and just puddle of wax. To use the technical terms, that's what they do, both spiritually and chemically. They just, the more you know. And there's something about this is a side thing. There's something about the way you talk, make jokes, or kind of your shtick. This person finds very funny, by the way. This person might find you very charming. But there's something here where, fuchsia agate is, it is connected with the heart chakra and a lot of heart healing, but because it's almost this magenta color, magenta is very much associated with with unconditional and universal love, as well as higher consciousness and connection to the all, right? And there's a sense where I feel as if this connection, like I said, is either going through or has gone through a complete tear down, meltdown, reboot. And I feel as if both of you, but especially your person, is getting more inspiration from spirit. They're getting more, communities is another thing. So some of you might be connecting with community more, or your person might be finding more of a sense of community. This also might indicate whatever this is. This also might indicate a predilection or a push, a feeling where you're being guided. toward a spiritual community. This is what's changing the dynamic of this connection. This is, excuse my burp, part of it. So your person might be getting a lot of downloads right now, and that's why there is a shift. If you guys are in separation, because I'm feeling this no contact energy here. Let me try this again. If you guys are in separation and you and your person are not in contact, you're not in communication, things have been kind of stagnant, things have been kind of, you know, this is what's going on behind the scenes. I feel as if it's giving this person a shift in perspective about you and about the connection. And I was getting this the first time around. I'm still picking this up now. I'm hearing to turn it around. I don't know why I'm hearing turn the boat around. That's not usually the phrase, but I'm kind of getting that energy of like, especially when I think of boats as opposed to any other method of travel. This is something that, you know, because I'm seeing it on like an open ocean. This is something that's like you intend this for a long trip. So there may have also kind of been like a sense where they were going to start a journey, or they were on a journey that they thought was going to be a very long-term thing for them, and like a very major arc in their life. And there's something where they're like, whoa, no, turn the boat around, go back. There's something at the port, like go back, like while you know, it's hard to describe, but that's kind of the energy. So that's what I'm picking up to start with. And I do feel like this is kind of changing the perspective. If you had asked this person, for some of them even 2 months ago, you know, if they thought this relationship was worth the effort, was worth, you know, the I don't want to say the headache, but if they have to like maybe put up with deference from other people, criticism. If you asked them 2 months ago if they thought it was worth the, you know, the effort, the labor, the, you know, the investment, they may have said no. And it's not a mark of how much they like you or how much they care about you, but I think something has changed for them. This person might be one, like a kind of person where like, you know, they might not connect super heavily with their feelings. So their feelings are not enough of a justification for them to make a long-term commitment. Something else has changed, which is making them reconsider. For some of you, this person has already been reconsidering. It's kind of like if this one thing changed, they knew they would come rushing back. And that is happening. Some of you, this thing has changed, and that's now giving them room to think about things differently. So it's much more of a slower turning the boat around. But they're thinking about it because I think they were writing it off before. So you guys need to know that. So let's see. I already know your cards are, but you have the Soul Star Chakra with Soul Healing, 35, which reduces to an 8. I love that card. Beautiful. Excuse me. You have the Aragonite with Initiation in the Fire Element, card 10. You have, yes, Success. I love this. Sorry about the light on my glasses, by the way, but that's where we are. You have, yeah, Root Chakra with Renewal. I love this. And then I love this one, but I still have Indestructible Hope that we'll figure it out someday. Okay, so immediately what I'm getting is whatever this person perceives standing in the way of something more long-term and like the long-term success here, especially with the Root Chakra energy, something stable, grounded, part of them still kind of always hoped that things would turn around. This is why I feel like for some of you, this person was just waiting for one thing to change, and they may have kind of almost stopped believing that it was ever going to go their way. But this has finally shifted. I need to know what this thing is because I'm spiritually nosy. King of Wands. Okay, some of them have had a level of success that they feel, that makes them feel worthy and confident enough for their, like, to go after the direction they want to for their future. Some of them have just gained their confidence back. They found their personal power. Some of them stood up to somebody important. What is this King of Wands? Yeah, exactly. Wow, the Emperor reversed. Yes. Somebody, look at that. Somebody, I feel like for many, it's one of two major things. Either your person finally stood up to somebody. This could be a boss. This could be their, you know, a father figure. This could be an important masculine in their life, because the Emperor is all 4 kings of the tarot in one. So this is somebody they viewed as like head honcho of their life. Somebody who had a lot of pull, a lot of say, somebody whose will they bent to in the past. For some of you, your person has finally found their own power and stood up to this person. If for a small number, I feel, you know, with the world here, a cycle could have ended. Like, let's say this was, you know, this was a boss that was making it really hard for them to advance to a level in their career, and they're like, I really got to focus on this. This person may have stepped down, transferred, retired, and now your person finally feels like they can they can shine, they can achieve what they would like to achieve. For some of you, you know, again, because the Emperor is all 4 kings of the tarot in one, when I see the Emperor come out with one of the kings, this usually indicates either an area of particular strength or sometimes an area of deficit. And because the Emperor is reversed, it's like this person would be the Emperor if they could get this under control. What may have been standing in the way of your person's Emperor energy, regardless of gender identity or expression, because the Emperor is, you know, a boss. I mean, the Emperor is somebody who is in a power role in their own life. They believe in their personal power. They have self-mastery. They've really, they've done a lot of personal growth and evolution, and they know how to create effective change, take action to make things happen, right? And others look to them as a leader. For some, what was standing in the way of your person seizing their own power in a meaningful way was a sense of confidence, of motivation, was a sense that they are supported by the universe, and a sense that they are, for some, that sense that they are well-liked. Community might be very important here. But a sense that they are well-liked. It's like that they have the support of their community, whoever that is. 2 of Cups reversed at the bottom. I feel like your person felt like they could not move forward meaningfully in a connection unless they had this. Now, that might not be the truth, but they may have felt like that. Yeah, 7 of Swords reversed, and something is revealed. So again, either something is revealed with this other person that your person's been dealing with, or this has kind of been revealed to your person about themselves. Be like, why am I afraid to stand up to this person? Why don't I believe in myself? Why do I feel like, because I forgot the 2 of Cups was not at the bottom anymore. But I was going to say, why do I feel like I can't have a relationship unless I do X, Y, Z? As I'm saying that, I just got really dizzy all of a sudden. So this might be where your person's gotten a lot of downloads very quickly. It's like big epiphanies all at once. Because at the bottom is the 9 of Cups. There's a question here your person's been starting to ask themselves. And it feels like pulling at threads and the whole thing unravels where they're like, oh my God, pardon my itchy nose. Where I feel like they're really starting to ask, why is it that I have not let myself have what I wanted? Why is it that I felt like I can't have it yet, or I have to earn it, or I don't deserve it, right? This is a wish come true satisfaction, but at a very heart-centered level, right? So yeah, you're getting what you want, but it makes you so happy. And I think what your person's been going through is this alignment process to be in a place where they feel confident and self-assured enough that they feel like they deserve their happiness. And the reason why I say this is, if I could pick up the card. Hang on. I need elevator music for when I'm like pawing at my own cards like a little raccoon. There's soul healing here. For some, with all the purple and the yellow, there needed to be a balance between the 3rd eye crown chakra, so this connection to spirit, and their personal power, right? So for some, this person, I feel like this person's very intuitive, this person's very connected to spirit, but they were ignoring their higher wisdom and guidance. Again, maybe either because there was an oppressive masculine energy in their life, or they felt like in order to be this Emperor energy, they had to be, they had to be very disconnected from part of themselves. And I say this too because we also have the fire element here. The fire suit, and we have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. The fire suit is all about, the spiritual energy. This is our confidence. This is our motivation, our drive. And everything starts and ends with spirit. So we are given inspiration and we go all the way with it, right? We really take it, we take it on home. And it's, it is a journey to our own success, but it's also a journey of the soul. That's why it feels so important and significant. There's something where I feel your person is finally letting themselves, or feels as if they have the circumstances, the go-ahead, the green light from the universe to have what they want and what they really feel intuitively drawn to. And this might be in multiple areas of their life, but this is absolutely affecting this connection. I want to see what their current thoughts are. So we already see this, I still have indestructible hope. We'll figure it out someday. The World reverse, yeah, they're really hoping it's not over. In their eyes, it's not over. I think if you told them that you didn't want anything to do with them, they would accept that. But in their eyes, they're like, please don't let it be over. I'm really, they don't believe in their soul it's over. For some reason, I feel like you guys don't either. I don't usually say that because, I'm like, yeah, I don't tell you who you are. You tell me who you are. But I just feel this energy that you both know it's not totally done here. Nine of Cups, they still see you as what they want. They still see you as their wish fulfillment. The Devil reverse, whatever was holding them back, whoever was holding them back, they feel like it's out of the way. For some, this may have been a karmic relationship. For some, this may have been an addiction, a toxic habit, something where they felt like they did not have their power. That is now gone. I feel like they may have tried, for some, they may have tried to shield you from whatever this is, especially with that Seven of Swords in reverse. There may have been some like sneaky, deceptive kind of stuff going on. And I think this person may have known that they were not really fully standing in their power. And so they may have let you think that it was, you know, something worse than it was. So they would, you know, they tried to essentially push you away, I feel, because they knew that they had to deal with this. That's only for some of you, but yeah, the Nine of Cups reverse and the Nine of Cups, wow. The Nine of Swords reverse and the Knight of Cups reverse. So I feel like, and the Ten of Wands, this feels like the weight of wondering what to do in the situation is weighing on them. On the one hand, they feel like it's not over, you're still their wish come true, and that's very much present here. On the other hand, the Knight of Cups reverse, they're wondering if it's worth coming forward, if it's been too long, if their emotions are kind of like clouding their judgment. They're wondering if it's kind of just like a pointless fantasy of being with you at this point. But I think the key thing here with renewal and the Devil reversed is that what they're really hoping is to make a case to you about how the changes that have been made in their life, or that they have been making or are being made, would change the reality of the relationship if you gave it another try or you tried to develop it further. They feel like, especially with I have indestructible hope, we'll figure it out someday, that whatever, they've taken time to get clear on what they felt was holding them back. They may have known this before, and they feel as if because that is gone or that is dissipating or they have gotten control over it, they feel liberated and they feel like they have what it takes to show up differently this time around. But do they? You know, we have success as well. So there's a level where your person feels like they could have success with you now. How would they be prepared to show up? Three of Wands. Okay, they'd be willing to talk about the future, especially if they weren't before. They are willing to make plans. They are willing to give you something more concrete and take steps. Ten of Wands. This has this energy of, you know I've got a lot to overcome. I know I have a lot to make up for. But they feel able to do that now. Yep, Page of Swords. They want to talk to you. They want to communicate. They miss you. If you guys are in separation, they really miss you. Queen of Pentacles reverse. They want to talk to you about, we have the Hierophant at the bottom, what they've learned, because it's the teacher, what they've learned in the separation or any space, discomfort, distance between you. They want to talk to you because what they're essentially going to be making the case for is, I know I didn't treat you well. I know I didn't treat you respectfully. I know I was immature about the way I communicated. I know that I was not honoring and respecting you. And so I understand if you need to see a lot from me. I don't care what it takes. They're gonna try to really like get you to see that they feel as if they will climb any mountain, scale any obstacles here, storm the castle walls, as long as they know you want this too. It's kind of like, I don't care how long it takes to win you over. I don't care how long it takes to impress you. I don't care what you ask of me. But if you tell me there's a real shot, if you tell me there's a future here, I'll stay. I'll do it. This person, I feel like, feels very decisive. And they may not have been before. They may have been kind of wishy-washy and like waffling on you. This person might be asking your opinions about marriage. This person may have struggled to commit prior, and that's not going to be a problem this time around. Four of Swords. They're really thinking about this before they come forward. I feel like they've been in this period of profound healing as well. They might not know exactly how to express this, but I feel like they're going to try. So, in short, do they think it's worth it? Absolutely. I do get a little bit of a sense, I want to be honest, with the Ten of Wands, where they might not be accurately estimating their energy sometimes. So this might be a thing where if you do decide that you want to go further or that you want to talk more long term, you want to give this person another chance, go slow, because I think the desire and the will is here, but they are still healing. And so, you know, letting things build over time might be a little more sustainable. I want to pull just like a couple more cards about this. Now I'll pull you guys a few more message cards. Yeah. Eight of Swords reverse. This person's seeing the light. Ooh. Yeah, that's what I mean. I feel like this profound change. Ace of Wands reverse. They don't want to let this go. They don't want to... There's something where, like, this person's not playing around. We have two flames here, so if you resonate with the twin flame label, they may have finally gotten it. And there's, like, a sense of, like, oh, shit, I don't want to let this go. Yep, the Lovers. Exactly. Yeah, they're not ready to let this go. There is profound love here. Gemini energy showing up. Eight of Cups reversed. They're not ready to let this go. They're ready to go another round. They're ready to. And again, I think it's interesting. We have the 10 of Wands upright, and that always gives way to the Ace, but that's reversed. So they're in between where they're letting this go, but the new beginning hasn't yet started. So they're having the epiphany. They're realizing that this is kind of the direction they want to go in. They're in the feelings right now. But just kind of keep that in mind. So do they think it's worth it? Absolutely. I think if you told them straight up, I don't want anything to do with this, you know, no thanks, forever and always, they would probably try to drop it and move on. I'm definitely picking that up. It's like, if you tell me there's even, you know, like it's kind of this thing of like, if you look me in the eye and you make me believe it, that you don't love me anymore, I'll go and you'll never hear from me again. But if you love me at all, I don't care what I have to do to prove it to you. I'm going to do it. I don't care how long you make me wait. I don't care how many hoops you make me jump through. I'll do it. But you have to, like, you know, like, if you still love me at all, I'll show you why it's a good idea. That's kind of the energy I'm picking up. So I want to pull you guys just like a couple more message cards from this person before we close out your reading. My heart still smiles the moment you cross my mind. I love this one. I feel guilty saying that because I made the deck. It's kind of like when you make a playlist, you're like, I love this song, which I unfortunately do all the time because I forget that I made it. So yeah, this person still feels like very warm, loving feelings. They might think about you a lot when they see like pretty sunsets. I know it's cheesy, but they might. But they still feel this like warm, loving feeling whenever you cross their mind. Yeah, parting with you is one of the hardest things I've ever done. I really do feel like this person really had it in their head that either they weren't like the person you needed them to be, or they needed to earn love. They needed to like have a certain level of achievement before they could have love, or if they had like some type of addiction or unhealthy, you know, habit, unhealthy people in their life, they had to clean that up. But parting with you was incredibly difficult with all the purple, the third eye energy here. They wouldn't have done it unless they really felt like that was the right choice. Yeah, because at the bottom, I wish our time together had lasted longer. Yeah, this person misses you. So, you know, in short, do they think it's worth it? Yeah, they think it's worth it. And I think I would be prepared to see very different energy from this person than you've seen before. I'd also be prepared, trust your instincts with this person. Like, when they're telling you something, look in their eyes, listen to their voice, and tune into how that makes you feel, like at a gut level. Trust yourself on this, because you guys are linked very heavily at this time, if not, you know, in general. And I feel like that won't lead you astray. So I think that's everything that I've got for group one. This was beautiful and intense. And I just had a brain fart. That's everything I've got for group one. Thank you so much for being here. I hope I get the chance to read for you again real soon, okay? Take care. Bye. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. Hi, group two. So you guys picked the honey calcite. I don't know why when I was like about to start, I almost wanted to like announce your group like a game show host, be like group two, and like maybe there's something that maybe this person is very goofy. This person likes to try to be ridiculous and make you laugh. This person's a little, I'm getting the word outlandish. But there also might be something where there's a big announcement that might be taking place, possibly in your person's life. But I feel like about this connection, sorry, I'm trying to fix my little pin. It's not, you know what? Done is better than perfect. That's all right. This person might sometimes be a little like larger than life. I feel like that's what you like about them, but it also makes it hard to take them seriously or figure out where they're coming from. What is this energy? 10 of Cups. Okay, some of you, this person's finally introducing you to their family, or they want to. Some of you, they are wanting to start a family, so there's, again, an announcement kind of energy, like, guess what? This person's, I feel like it just, maybe they're not like this in general, but they're excited about you. Again, I do pick up this energy, almost kind of making me think of like the Magician a little bit. This person, it might be hard to know whether or not you can take them seriously. I feel like this person's a smooth talker. This person's a smooth talker. This person is a very personable, sunny disposition type individual. But again, they could have a lot of Leo placements. It's really hard to tell when they're serious. It's really hard to figure out where they actually stand with something. They might be very reticent to reveal what they feel to be vulnerability or weakness, and as you know, as a result, it's kind of hard sometimes to tell where they actually really stand. So excuse my burp, excuse my second burp. With that, let's look at what you guys have. Okay, third eye chakra with clarity. 25 reducing to a 7. Okay, rejection. Okay. Wow, okay, the peach selenite with the universal chakra and insight. 19, which reduces to a 10/1. Release. Okay, this is the crown chakra in this deck, so there's a lot of kind of upper chakra energy. And, okay. Our journeys may have led us away from each other, but never doubt how much of an impact you've made on mine. You might be either in separation with this person, or you guys are just kind of like doing your own separate things. It feels like this energy of leading separate lives. I feel like there is a level where there's, even if you guys talked about like why you have to kind of go your separate ways or what might be taking you, it feels like there's a justification on an earthly level that makes sense, right? You know, I got to move for work. I'm going to be spending a lot of time, you know, on my work, or, you know, my family really needs me right now. There feels like there's a reason why you guys have been kind of pulled in separate directions. But it feels like there's a lack of alignment, but there's an energetic reason or something that's under the surface or feelings about it that have yet to be disclosed. There feels like there's this, so first and foremost, you guys might have soul tribe in common, like soul family members in common, as I always think about that with that image. You could have a very telepathic or psychic connection. I'm not feeling it super heavily. You guys might even be very both tapped in spiritually, but in your own unique ways. So it's kind of like you guys, it's kind of the energy of, like, imagine you both speak romance languages, but they're different languages. They're similar enough, but they're distinctly different. If that makes sense, like similar structure, but that's kind of like where the similarities are. But there's, you know, there's a sense where it's like you could kind of like spiritually, you could translate. Your energy translates to each other. So even if it's not directly one-on-one the same, it is graspable. It makes some type of sense to you. Again, there's a lot of like, you know, third eye, crown, universal chakra kind of energy. So there is, I do feel like this connection has been very, very important for understanding some type of spiritual truth. You know, we even have this here, our journeys may have led us away from each other. Never doubt how much of an impact you've made on mine. What is this universal truth? The star in reverse. So some of you really needed healing, and this brought in healing, or vice versa, your person needed healing and you brought this to them. But there's a sense here of getting into alignment. I feel like this person, I don't know why I'm wanting to touch my head with the card, but it's helping, so I'm going to do it. I don't usually do that. I feel like this person, there's something where you thought your path was one way, and there's something about being with this person that, and possibly through separation as well, but there's like a sense of like being with this person showed you that that's actually not your calling, that's actually not your path. What is this? 8 of Cups reversed. So for some of you, again, you were struggling to heal. We have 2 8s, in case that's significant. You were struggling to heal from something. You were struggling to fully emotionally detach and walk away from something. This connection helped. And again, this could go vice versa, where you were both struggling and you kind of helped each other out. For some of you, you had this idea of what you thought your divinely aligned path would be. This was actually something that was more based off of a previous wound, and it was very much in your blind spot. And so by virtue of you and this person connecting with each other, there's a sense where I feel like they helped you heal and kind of start to emotionally move on from something, and that changed your direction, that changed your alignment. This may be about the types of people you're connecting to, because, Aquarius energy rules the 11th house usually, and this talks about not only your friends, but I always say your soul family, because it's the people you do your spiritual work with. For some of you, you may have had this idea of what you thought your soul calling was, and this person, by virtue of connecting to this person, has redirected. I'm hearing the word reoriented. They're showing me somebody like picking something up and then flipping it in a different direction. Has reoriented and redirected your North Star here. This person may have there might be synastry between your North Node and their big three, or their North Node, something like that. Yeah, I definitely feel that here. Two of Wands. Yeah, this is, for me, the Two of Wands in reverse is like you're hovering in the doorway. This is when you because it looks like a portal, you start to kind of go toward a new path, and then you get stuck, you get scared, things have to wrap up, and you're kind of just in limbo. I feel as if this was to help you move forward. I keep saying it's about you, but again, this can go both ways. So for many of you, this is, I feel like, what this, because some of you are lacking clarity about this connection. Yeah, Two of Pentacles. I feel like this was to help both of you figure out where your priorities lie in some way or another. The Tower, because something was unsustainable. It's really interesting. The Eight of Swords reversed. This was to bring clarity. It was something unsustainable because you thought this was the way forward. You thought this was and for a lot of you, I feel like this is either, where you're going to live, the types of people that you're connecting to or you want to connect to, what you feel your soul calling is. And there's a sense where whatever it was you were looking at wasn't necessarily bad, but I think it wasn't quite hitting the mark. Or if you were trying really hard to manifest this, I'm trying to manifest soul family, I'm trying to manifest my life purpose, and it just wasn't coming together. I keep seeing somebody trying to light a candle and then goes out right after. It just wasn't coming together. That's why, because something about what you were pursuing was based off of an unhealed wound. For many of you, very likely a rejection-based wound. And that's why you weren't able to manifest, because you're never going to be able to manifest this star, divine, authentic, healed, overflowing energy from a wounded place. Some of you, this person helped you finally process and move through some rejection wounds, especially also rejection wounds that have kept you from your authenticity. I want to see what this person is currently feeling about your connection. Four of Swords, I think they don't really know what to make of it. There's a sense where you guys may have had an argument, or again, you're just not on the same page, outright separated. They're sitting and they're thinking about it. I don't think they have ill will, but they're trying to kind of figure out if this is something where they should really try again, or if this is something that ran its course. This person might be very intuitive, but not really put a name to sort of what they're picking up on. Page of Pentacles, they do feel like a new beginning is up ahead. I think they're trying to figure out if it's with you or not. Six of Cups reversed. There could be past life energy here, somebody from childhood. You guys have worked through, if there's past life energy, you guys have worked through whatever that was. And for many, like I was saying, there's there's an inner child kind of, wound here that was being worked through, and that is now being released, or has been released. Queen of Pentacles reversed. The Knight of Cups reversed. Interesting. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. Yeah. And the Six of Pentacles. Okay. So I was kind of feeling this, and because we have release and we have rejection, we also had clarity and insight. And of course, the tone of this card, our journeys led us away from each other. This person does want you to know, and they might have told you this, they might tell you this. This person wants you to know that you've really been an inspiration to them. You've really, you've made a really positive impact. We have a lot of blue here and a lot of blue here. So there's a sense of the throat chakra, being able to authentically express yourself, but also get into contact with your truth and your higher knowing and understanding. I see a lot of that here. They feel like you've made a really positive impact. You've highlighted something for them they needed to see. Ultimately, do they feel like it's worth continuing this? I'm going to go out. I'm going to say no. And I am really sorry if that's not what you wanted to hear. I'm almost feeling like this group, it could go either way. Like you both are kind of in this energy where you're making assessments. And the reason why I say this is because, you know, there is a card here of, this is always a card of equity, reciprocity, and meeting each other's needs. And it's reversed. But we have this really sanguine, peaceful energy of the Four of Swords, and nothing is angry here. Nothing, I'm not seeing like angry, pissy cards. I'm not seeing angry messages, because I made a few message cards in this deck that are a little spicy. And I'm not seeing those, right? This mostly kind of just feels like this, and since especially we have so much of the upper chakras, you know, present here, this feels like something where it's really connecting to that higher knowing, connecting to that higher self. I feel that whatever is taking place or is taking place, there's a sense of not being in alignment, not being able to keep a balance here, possibly not being able to meet each other's needs. I want to point out we have a knight and a queen, right? So they may have always kind of felt like you were more mature than them. There could be an age difference, regardless of gender identity or expression, that, you know, you were more mature than them, that, you know, they may have felt like, I'm getting, because we have the Queen of Pentacles, she's like got all of her shit together and then some. They may have felt like you already kind of had your shit together, so they felt like mostly what they would offer you is, you know, love and compliments and romance. And it's kind of like this sense of, you know, I don't know why this energy has stopped, because I see it stopped with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. This is where you're making investments and you're assessing if it's going to bear fruit. I feel like they've kind of felt like it's not really gonna go anywhere, and not because there wasn't potential, but it feels like you guys can't quite meet each other's needs. Why is this? Why do they feel like it's stopped, or like it's just not, it's no longer gonna go anywhere? The Hierophant, this may be an issue of commitment. You might want something a little more traditional. They might want something a little, you know, less committed, or vice versa. You know, that's the Queen of Pentacles, like I said, is somebody who's got it all together. You might have, you know, one view of love and they might have another. But there's a sense here where, you know, I think at a spiritual level too, they just feel intuitively that you're both learning spiritual lessons from each other. And I feel like the consensus here is that you guys have learned what you're going to learn, right? It's like you can't give each other anything else. Like spiritually, you gave each other everything you needed to get out of this, is kind of like the energy I'm picking up on from them. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles in reverse. The reason why I say this too, the Chariot at the bottom, for some of you, moving might be an issue, relocation, or how focused one or both of you are on career might be where some misalignment is happening. There could be a sense of different priorities. We see this with the Two of Pentacles, and that's where there's feelings of rejection, feelings of like release. Again, it feels like other stuff is kind of just taking you in different directions, and that's where one or both of you are kind of trying to assess, is it worth it to keep going, right? Is it worth it to keep investing? What I was saying with this before is, you know, it feels like this person feels like you guys just kind of can't meet each other's needs anymore. And it might just be that they feel like they can't meet your needs, but where we have both people reversed, you know, and like the Seven of Pentacles reversed, the Hierophant upright, feels like whatever needed to be learned here, it was learned. Or like, again, you know, you have very different views about the ultimate goal of a relationship, or what kind of a relationship you want this to look like. Some of you, this is about where you want to live or how you want to put down roots. And the reason why I say this too is because the Three of Pentacles is a spiritual partnership, not unlike the Three of Cups. But one of the big differences for me is where the Three of Cups, you know, it's a kindred spirit. It's your friend. It's somebody that you feel like is, you know, you guys are soul pals. There's this like this sweetness and this levity and lightheartedness that can go along with the Three of Cups. But the Three of Cups is the friend that both gets you into jail and bails you out. The Three of Pentacles is somebody who you are a spiritual partnership, right? Your soul, you know, kindred spirits. But you're kindred spirits because you see the same vision. You have the same values. You have the same goals. You're building toward the same long-term vision. And that's why it's so wonderful, because as you pursue something that's meaningful to you, you get aligned with people who feel the same way. It feels kind of like you and your person have love and appreciation for each other, but again, there's a misalignment, and it may be where you guys are just like kind of naturally going in different directions. But that's kind of why they're really like questioning and wondering if you guys can meet each other's needs anymore. And this is what I feel like they're seeking clarity on, or they want to offer clarity on, even if it's only like psychically through this reading. This is why I feel this message is coming through very strongly. What is this that they feel like they can't, you know, you guys are in misalignment about? Because I feel like this took a little while for this to emerge. You guys may have, excuse me, this could have been something where like the dating phase went really well, but as soon as you started talking about more commitment, this is where the differences started coming out. Strength, this is something where this might be, you know, about timing, about a certain amount of patience. There's something that is difficult, right? Look, we have a canyon here. There's something that is difficult that threatens to divide you. And it feels like that might be a major issue, or the way it's handled might be a major issue. So for example, if someone's career is very important to them and they're on the road for, you know, X number of weeks or months at a time, that might be something that over time takes its toll. You guys could have a long distance connection, and over time that has taken its toll. So there's a lot of dedication to begin with, but it's just like really kind of becoming, I don't know, I want to say becoming a mess, becoming an issue, and it's created, like it's really starting to draw you guys apart. But let's see what comes out. The Six of Wands reversed, okay. The Three of Cups, okay. And the Chariot, yes. So for some of you, this is a long distance thing. For some of you, this person is reticent to get out of the dating phase. It could be like they're juggling you with another person. I don't love looking at the Three of Cups like that, like instantaneously third party. For some, this is that they're, you know, again, one person, your career is very, very important, whether it's you or them, or, you know, it could be both of you. But it's the sense of trying to, you know, third party just means there's another energy, whether it's, you know, having to juggle your priorities is essentially what we were talking about. So if it's, you know, work in a relationship, a friendship in a relationship, you know, family in this relationship, there's something where this is the baseline issue. For some, this person, you know, might struggle between prioritizing like their friends in a relationship, because this can be about partying, celebrating. For some of you, with the Knight of Cups reversed as well, this could be something about like a maladaptive coping mechanism, like drinking too much. That's what the Three of Cups can talk about. For some of you, there is an issue about, you know, the Six of Wands in a relationship reading can kind of talk about making things official, making things public. You know, especially where it's always about victory after competition, battle, power struggle. It's kind of like saying, you know, yes, we've made it through the dating phase and we have chosen each other. And for some, it's kind of like this person sort of hovering in the doorway, or maybe that was you. This relationship got caught kind of before it kind of got to be like officially announced. I do see that here. And for some, there's a sense of there may have been past like failure, or past you know, efforts thwarted because something wasn't taken seriously enough, and so now somebody's trying to take it seriously, and what that thing is might be different for you guys. So for example, if in the past, you know, you or your person didn't take a relationship seriously enough to commit, one person might be very dedicated toward commitment, whereas another person, if they prioritize a relationship over their career, they might be very focused on their career right now, because it's like, I am not going to make that same mistake, right? Whatever this was, this person felt like the way they handled it caused them to lose out, either on something that they had in their hand and they lost because they didn't value it, or something that they wish they had been working on or building toward, but they prioritized something else instead, and they felt like they walked out empty-handed. This is what I mean. I feel like you both with the Chariot here, because this for me is about victory and success that occurs through shadow work, right? Through really working through our issues. You both, the way you're handling it is spiritually admirable. That's why this has this feeling of nobody's done anything wrong. You're both trying to do the shadow work, but in doing so, I think it means your priorities for the long term are misaligned. And so this is kind of what I see at the heart of this. So, you know, again, the thing I'm kind of picking up, it could go either way. Generally, I'm going to kind of like pull like one or two for if they feel that this is, you know, if they feel like this is like worth, you know, trying for, worth holding on to, worth the effort. For a lot of you, I feel like they are leaning toward no, if not feeling like a no. Yeah, the Ten of Swords reversed. That's pretty clear, but I'll pull a follow-up. The Devil reversed. Wow, okay, that's really clear. And then the Ace of Cups is reversed at the bottom. Again, I feel like there's something here where one or both of you might feel proud of yourself, like we were talking about with the Chariot, that you've overcome an addictive cycle, something, you know, that you've overcome a karmic cycle. It was 4444 on the timer as I'm saying that. So a karmic cycle, something that was unhealthy, or a pattern that was unhealthy that kept you from stability in your past. There's a sense of personal pride, like I did it, yeah. But there's also a sense that, you know, with this combination, it's kind of like, again, nobody's done anything wrong, but there's a sense that by following this path of healing and this path to your higher self, it unintentionally is kind of leading to this like ending, or it unintentionally has led to this ending, or could, right? Like it's kind of like if we don't gently let each other go now, or we don't kind of you know, we don't end things now while it's still good and while it's still peaceful, we might really hurt each other. And I think that's where this person is at. So generally speaking, does this person think that it's worth the effort to keep trying? I'm seeing that for most of you, they don't. I do feel though that they hold no ill will, no malice. They really do, I feel like, value you and appreciate you. And actually, I'm feeling drawn to do this. What is it that they liked the most, that they appreciated the most about you? The 5 of Cups reversed. You made them believe in love again. You helped them heal. I feel like you both helped each other heal. Very healing energy. What is this one? And the 5 of Pentacles. I feel like when you found each other, you know, you were both in this very challenging energy of feeling like you didn't have enough to offer. The Empress reversed, like you weren't good enough. You may have been rejected either in love or career, you know, or with, you know, with your this is, you know, emotional or material poverty. And so you guys may have been going through that. And there's a sense here where I feel like you really helped each other heal. You really encouraged each other. This person, I think, really appreciates the time that you spent together, because with the Empress reversed, you kind of, I feel like, helped them, you helped each other sort of like see your value and your worth, and like really find this authentic self-love. So I want to pull you guys a couple of message cards from this person, and then we'll close out our reading. My time with you will always be one of the most precious gifts this lifetime offers me. Like I said, this person, all the pink, the heart chakra, they love you. They appreciate you. You brought joy and healing into my life. Your warmth permeates my energy. Yes, yes, yes. That's what I'm talking about. I don't know how to be me without you, but I know I need space to figure it out. Yeah. I feel like this person is, you help this person feel better about themselves, to heal from, again, some self-worth wounds, these like scarcity mindset wounds, these kind of things of like, oh, you know, nobody will ever value me. Nobody will ever love me. I'll never have my needs taken care of. Nobody cares about my needs. There's something here where you help this person heal, and vice versa. I think they helped you heal as well. And I think it is encouraging both of you to find a level of your authenticity that it's been hard for you to find prior, or it's like others have discouraged you from looking into. I want to look at what this card is, sorry. Yeah, the 5 of Wands reversed. I feel like you guys helped each other find a lot of peace. There's a lot of 5s here. You guys helped each other through a lot of changes, helped each other find peace. For some, helped each other kind of clear away like the kind of confusion, the opinions of others, and gain a sense of clarity about what you wanted, where you wanted to go with things, what is meaningful to you. You kind of, again, helped each other reprioritize, either in a very, you know, 3D world kind of way, or spiritually, what it is that you really want to be doing and where you want to be going and who you want to share that journey with. So that was intense. I think this is everything I've got for you guys. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for being here with me and sharing the energy. And I hopefully will get the chance to read for you again real soon. Take care, guys. Bye. Oh, itchy nose. Oh. Hi, group 3. So you guys chose the blue apatite. I have all the piles in front of me. I know you can't see it. And then usually as I prepare, I pull the appropriate one right in front of me. Yours, I almost wanted to leave it in its spot. So there's something where maybe, I almost feel like this is your person, they're like wanting to leave something there. So maybe you guys have established a good thing or something that works, and they're like, nope, I don't want to change it. I don't want to do that. Some of them, if you're like struggling or you're fighting or a separation, there's silence between the two of you. They're like, I don't want to, and it's not they don't want to talk to you. They're afraid. There's something where they're afraid to change things. They're afraid of changing the status quo. I'm almost getting this energy of like, I'm picking up an engineering vibe. I don't know why, but like this engineering vibe of like, all right, I jerry-rigged this whole thing together, and as long as nobody comes within 4 feet of it or the wind doesn't blow too much, this is fine. It's like I finally got it working exactly to my specifications. Like I got it doing what I wanted it to do. Great. And they'll leave it like that forever. This is kind of like a tried and true person. They might kind of like, make adjustments and mess around while they're trying to find the best possible, outcome. And then once they find something that works, they don't like to derivate. So it may be that they were very like involved initially in the dating stages. They were kind of like learning you and learning the relationship and how to grow a relationship together. And kind of this might be the type of person that when they find something that's comfortable, when they find something that works, they don't really like to expand past that. And so that may have kind of started to become repetitive, oppressive. It's kind of like, okay, but now I want the relationship to grow. This person might have a lot of earth in their chart. I'm feeling that very heavily. This person, I do feel like, though, is generally they're pretty honest. This person might struggle a little bit with communication, but they do make it a point to be upfront, is kind of what I'm getting. I feel like this person likes you. Like, I feel like this person, they like what you had. They like what you do have. They might be afraid to change things, but they like what was there. That makes sense. So let's see what you got. Wow. Okay. Crown chakra with spiritual awakening, 29, reducing to a 2. Oh, pain. Okay. Red jasper with conviction, 25, reducing to a 7. I can already see where this is going. Mysticism. This is the third eye chakra. Like if I just point, that'll work. We come from the stars and we have a bond older than time. You or this person could identify as like a starseed, light worker, highly sensitive, empath, anything like that. I feel like you woke this person up. There's a sense here. So they're going through, or they've been going through, a pretty big spiritual awakening. And I think this is good for them. I think they like it, but there's kind of a sense where it might be reaching like a point of overwhelm. And the reason why is this kind of feels like this person might live in their head a lot. And it's kind of like when you guys were just sharing ideas, talking about concepts, that's comfortable to them. But when it came time to kind of walk through the doorway, right, and make significant changes to their life, this may be overwhelming. And this is where, we're going to see what comes out. Right away, I feel like this person wants to either continue things with you or mend things or pick up where you left off. That's not the issue because they like you. But this is kind of like, I feel like they're struggling to overcome their own sense of fear, overwhelm. This person might have sensory processing disorders or like, be neurodivergent. I always associate that with kind of like starseed, light worker, interdimensional consciousness. And it's kind of like this person gets into a routine where it's like and they get into like emotional routines, they like physical world routines where it's like, this is comfortable. I like, they don't have the energy to derivate, or it's scary to them because it makes them feel like it's out of control somehow. For some of you, if you're separated from this person because they weren't willing to kind of branch out and take a chance or do something different, they've been thinking about that a lot. They're in a lot of pain about it. They're kind of like going back and forth and up and down a lot about this. And the reason why is because they've been having a spiritual awakening about your connection. And they're kind of with, conviction. This is kind of for me, like they're really like being like, I need to pursue this. I should have done this. Like, and they're kind of like building their strength. They're kind of like convincing themselves like, I can do this, because they're very afraid of whatever this brings. What is this change that was like, that this connection was bringing in? Knight of Pentacles reversed. This was going to be something where they were going to have to go a different direction than something they had spent a long time investing in. What is this? Because I'm nosy. 6 of Cups. Okay. This could be where there was somebody from their past that they struggled to really get over to a certain extent. So maybe like they were dating and they were fine with that, but when it came to like living with somebody or being committed, that's where it's kind of like that's where they kind of stopped, because they'd only ever passed that point with this other, like, I feel like one person from a long time ago. So for some of you, it was asking them to finally like move past that point, and it was a very symbolic thing. And like I said, this person might be very much up in their head, so they're kind of like asking them to do that is asking them to let go of and process the pain of something that was important to them ending. For some, there's something about this connection where there's an awakening, and it's asking this person to go in a different direction, and the direction the path they may have been walking may have been one they've been on since childhood. There's a lot of like spiritual, emotional momentum behind wherever this was. So by connecting to you, you either awakened something in them that was a calling that required a response, or asked them to go in a direction with you in this connection that was new for them, or like almost, they'd only ever like walked once. And by doing so, it's asking them either to revisit something painful or to go into the unknown, which can be scary. That's kind of what's going on here, I feel. Yes, Two of Cups reversed for some of them. This was they've only ever been in love one other time, and it ended poorly. Yeah, the 10 of Wands. Okay. And the 7 of Wands. Yes, this person had a relationship end. I think this is something where they've only ever been in love once. They were very much in love. They thought the feelings were mutual, and maybe they were, but it didn't pan out that way. I feel like this is something where this person, when they love, they go hard, they get invested, they're very loyal. And as a result, they don't commit often or past a certain point very often, because there's an understanding, like, if I get really invested in this, I'm not going to be able to get myself out. This person could have been from like 10 years ago. And it's like they've still been like holding on to them, right? This is giving me the energy of like somebody whose partner leaves them and they never change anything in their room or their office. It's like that energy, but emotionally, right? There are rooms in their heart that have not been touched, the doors have not been opened, the light has not come in since things ended with this person. And again, I'm just looking at that now with the door imagery. There's something about this connection that makes them want to do that, but that is also very scary for them. I know this isn't your pile, this is from another pile, but this card was poking out and it got my attention. I saw release. So again, it's like accepting that something is over. Because I feel they've been very defensive, if I could talk, very defensive toward exploring this. There's a lot of like pain behind these doors that is getting opened up. So if this person pushed you away, I feel like this person could have stalled like indefinitely. That's why it's not they don't want to be with you, but it's because doing so requires them to open up some pretty painful wounds. And with conviction, it both requires that they look at their lives, right? They look at this past situation where they thought this person was their soulmate, and we do have soulmate and past life energy here. They look at this and they have conviction that yes, this is over. Yes, there was a lack of returned emotions. There's possibly unrequited love, or just there wasn't reciprocity, right? The same level of emotional care. And so it requires only conviction to look at that and say, as much as I loved this person, this is the reality. This is what it was. And that's why it's over. And it's really over. As well as conviction to say, even though that happened, I am experiencing, I'm either experiencing love again, or I know I could be, and I need to kind of deal with that. Again, we have a lot of, third eye, crown, chakra energy here. So this could be a spiritual, we have spiritual awakening, but like a huge spiritual expansion for them. They may have, especially with all this past life energy, this spiritual connection energy, after this fell apart, they may have just shut that off entirely and stopped identifying with their spiritual self, and to a certain extent with their emotional self. And this is asking them to open all that up. And that's a lot for them. I'm not justifying if they were being a jackass, but I'm just saying this is why this is very, very overwhelming for them. I feel that they have not communicated this, or not fully. So again, you might not, they may have kind of just withdrawn, or just wanted to keep things where they are. And it's kind of well, don't you like me this way I like you? Don't you feel this the way I feel this? Don't you want more? It's not they don't want more. It's they haven't really been able to process that and hold space, right? Page of Wands, this may have kind of always been something that's, a flirtation, something exciting, but nothing committed. Eight of Cups, and this is somebody may have walked away here because of that. I feel that you and this person feels like you have a very strong bond. I think they don't know why. You may have gotten this person to start exploring spiritual concepts. Again, you might both be like starseeds, light workers, empaths, etc. Anything in that kind of realm. Because there's a very higher dimensional consciousness energy here. You guys, we have the two mirrors. You mirror each other spiritually very heavily. And this, even for whatever, this was in their past, they didn't have that aspect with this person. That might be another thing that's freaking them out, is that you guys might have a very psychic, telepathic bond. And it's like, oh my God, if if this person kicked my ass and I didn't recover from that for, until now, or I still haven't fully recovered, and we didn't even have this kind of like spiritual bond. And I don't think they're thinking about it with these words, but you know what I mean? Like, if that alone kicked my ass and I'm connecting with group 3 in this way that is even more spiritually intense, even more intimate in some ways, if I give myself to this, I will legitimately never recover. I feel like it's very intimidating for this person. I don't know if they explain. I feel like they're very curious about you. They're very fascinated, but they also are afraid of connecting past a certain level, or that's been the issue in the past. I want to know what they were mostly afraid of. I think, again, you're just repeating the past. They're afraid with the King of Pentacles reversed that you might judge them for not being as financially secure as they might think you want them to be. This could be something where they've had past people judge them for this. They might have had relationships, or even witnessed relationships in their family where money was a huge issue or a point of contention. So they might feel like they don't have enough to offer financially, or they don't seem like they've got their shit together enough. King of Cups reverse. Yeah, this is an emotional insecurity. This is something that can throw them out of balance. This person might try to express themselves, express their love through gift giving, or through acts of service, through taking care of somebody financially. And it's if I can't take care of you financially, I can't show you I love you. So what's the point, right? You're not going to know I love you. There's something like that where this person, and that may have been what ended this relationship before. This person could have said, oh, we were just having fun. But if we're talking about getting serious, I could never be with somebody who doesn't make a certain amount. I could never be with somebody who doesn't own their own business. There's something kind of almost superficial like that. And I feel like it really destroyed your person for a while. And they're like, okay, I'm just going to go lay in the corner now. Kind of want to give them a hug. I want to know what's going on between you guys, where the energy is between you guys. Justice, this could have been something where you guys are talking about further commitment or even marriage, and this is the hang up. I feel like this person, if something went wrong, they want to make it right. They want to give you the truth in order to balance the scales. 9 of Cups. I think you guys want the same thing. I don't know how to... I feel like you guys want the same thing, but there's a conversation and clarity that needs to be had. The timing might be different for you guys. Yeah, this... the energy here, I feel like you guys are looking at this and saying, you guys, these are really great energies, right? The thing you could be talking about is, making things official, meeting their family. But this is making your relationship public and very committed, right? This is, this is kind of, I feel like you guys are in agreement, right? I'm asking this, where's the connection at? It feels like it's in a good place, but they might just not want to move it forward yet. Or they might be kind of just hemming and hawing a little bit. And it's kind of well, don't you like me? Yeah, they really do. They're into you. They really see a lot of beautiful potential here. And I think they want to make sure they do this right. What in their mind is the blockage? The Hanged Man. I think this is just that they've been stuck and they're kind of getting a new perspective. Maybe they're kind of looking at the relationship that they have with you, or they could have with you. And they're well, maybe it's okay, where... maybe I don't have to own my own business before, we talk about marriage. Maybe I don't have to, be the sole provider, right? They may have put pressure on themselves that you didn't even ask of them. This isn't about you. This is a past situation that's haunting them still. Yep. Past situation that's haunting them. You haven't done anything wrong. And the 5 of Wands at the bottom, they might feel like they have to win you over and impress you through their status, their financial, standing, what people think of them, stuff like that. They could have some like challengingly aspected placements in their 10th house. There's a sense here where they feel like they've got to win you over. And that might, I feel like for you guys, it's like, no, I don't care about that. I just want to know that you care. So if you guys are like trying to take things to the next level with justice, trying to, you know, commit further, trying to talk about marriage, this might be the holdup here. And I think that's just a process of them unraveling that. I want to know a little bit about what this person thinks that you want from them. Okay, the Four of Swords reversed. This person might feel like you want them to communicate. You want to hear their thoughts. So they're avoiding you. That might be why. This person, okay, the Hierophant reversed. This person thinks that you want to hear their thoughts about why they're hesitating on further commitment or marriage, maybe meeting their family, something like that. The World reverse, yeah, why they're not ready to take it to the next level. And they might not fully have unpacked this enough to give you an answer yet. The Knight of Cups, but this is again, why won't you propose? Or like, you know, why won't, you know, all these feelings are here. Why do we not take this to the next level? They're working on figuring out how, like, what's going on for them, but they are very overwhelmed by their own feelings. Queen of Wands reversed to the bottom. Again, whoever they were dealing with in their past, I feel like, you know, once they kind of put this person on blast, like, you know, again, in the example earlier, can't be with somebody who doesn't own their own business. Like, I can't, you know, I can't seriously be with somebody who's not, you know, wealthy, who's not financially, you know, well off. There's something like that where I feel like this person kind of was like very dismissive and just like, I'm on to the next thing. Kind of discarded this person a little bit. I feel like this person was cavalier in the way they rejected your person, or the way that they made your person feel while giving their, you know, their demands, criteria, or ultimatums for the relationship. And it really got to your person quite a lot. So that's kind of what I feel like is happening between the two of you. Now, I want to get a better feel. I'm just cleaning up the cards a little bit. For if they think that this relationship between the two of you is worth it. Again, I get the sense that they have like this awe, this reverence, and this fascination, but they're also very afraid. So I'm just going to pull cards. Yeah. Two of Pentacles reversed. They're making a decision about this. For many of them, they've already made a decision. It's a matter, I feel a yes, but it's a matter of trying to figure out if they could justify and prioritize the decision they made or want to make. Yeah, okay. Yep, Three of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. Okay, it feels like a yes. They do think it's worth the effort. I wonder what this Two of Pentacles reversed is, though, because this is like the thing they're trying to figure out. Again, it could be they've already made the decision of like, yeah, I want to put in this effort. I want to meet you halfway. I want to be a team. I want to meet each other's needs. But that means I got to move some stuff around. That means how do I juggle these two things? And they might be coming to the conclusion that they gotta put down one of the pentacles, right? Again, this is all about priorities. So there might be something where it's like they've got to put down other people's opinions of them, right? You know, this is like the pentacles, tangible, real world action. So like maybe the fear is like, oh, you know, if I'm not, you know, if I am getting married by a certain age, like, you know, or I'm not married by a certain age, what will people think? They might be willing to risk real criticism and be like, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'm going to do things that's right, like in this relationship, right? There might be a sense where something physically is either they have to give it back or it's given back to them. Like I'm seeing a key, or like, you know, there might be like a gift exchange or something like that. There's like a tangible thing where it's like, okay, well, you know, this could be, you know, maybe if this is something that family doesn't approve of, this could be if their family's financially helping them, they might be like, well, no, if you're going to, you know, be taking things to the next level in a way that we don't approve of, or with a person we don't approve of, then we're not going to support you. Like, okay, here's your money back. That's kind of like, that's the energy that they're working through. Eight of Cups, yes, exactly, because there's something they have to leave behind emotionally. And I do feel like there is also some tangible kind of thing that goes along with that. Two of Wands. And so this is why I wouldn't say they're hesitating, but this is like they're figuring it out, right? The Two of Wands is where you know what you've got to do. And it's a matter of, you know, you're kind of like toying with the idea or planning it out further. Yep, the Four of Swords reversed. I do feel like this person's going to want to talk to you about this. I don't think they're going to tell you the whole story. And I think, you know, if there's somebody that they're dealing with where, because I feel like with the Four of Cups, they've been kind of like not really participating in this relationship, not really like giving you, you know, kind of emotionally like a sense of, you know, heads or tails. I feel like there's somebody they've been dealing with, and I feel like they're not going to tell you about this person's, whatever it is they're afraid of, the real world consequences they're afraid of facing. I don't think they're going to tell you about this because they don't want to like, they don't want you to stress about it. They don't want you to like, they don't want to hurt your feelings. There's something I'm kind of picking up like that. For some, this could be where if it's like, you know, they want to talk about further commitment, but they're not financially where they want to be. They might be making the decision about how to plan out how to have that conversation, because it's kind of like, you know what, they're walking away from like this, trying to balance, trying to prioritize and juggling these two aspects of their lives. And you're like, you know what, I want to be pursuing this further. I want to be going in this direction. I want to be with group 3, and I want to be with group 3 more. And in the way that they want, in the way that we're, you know, it's right for us. So it's kind of like, I should just talk to them about this. So for some of you, they're trying to figure out like financial things, try to figure out maybe how to utilize resources. If you guys are talking about moving in, how to like logistically make that happen. For some, they're trying to figure out how to get out of a lease. I don't know why that's immediately what I got. And they might just have a very honest conversation with you soon about like, hey, look at this as, you know, it's not that I don't want this, but it's that I have to worry about this other thing. For some of you, this person has a house, and there's a sense of, if you've been talking about moving in, they may have shared this house with that past person, and it's like this person, I like literally, I'm seeing like the thing of like the room being full of stuff. They might literally have left a ton of their stuff there, and they've been trying to get this person. They're now trying to like push this person to come get their stuff, and this person's giving them a lot of grief. There's something like that where they're having to kind of deal with not only something in their physical world that they're actually tangibly interacting with, but the emotional aspect of leaving this behind once and for all. So this is nice because, again, this person wants to work as a team. This person wants to meet each other's needs. They want to really like build something very solid together. This person also feels like they want to talk more with you about your long-term goals, your values, because this for me is spiritual partnership where you're aligned to build something for the long term, right? You have the same vision. I feel like this person believes that you have the same vision, and they want to talk more with you about that. Yeah, the 10 of Cups reversed. Again, they're having to, you know, this might be something where they're having to fight their family, or if they have, you know, maybe kids, or they're divorcing, something like that. They kind of have to get through this. And I think they've been putting off dealing with this for a while. And there's a sense where they're willing to finally like go through the last steps of releasing this situation, this person, or again, if they have to stand up to family, they're like, okay. Because I think they're getting prepared to like prioritize this situation. Yep, 9 of Swords reversed. They're not worried about it, or they're getting to that place. Ace of Wands, where they're like, all right, whatever I got to do, full speed ahead. So if this person kind of made you wait, if this person, you and this person were taking a break or separated, yeah, because 2 of Swords reversed, they may have been stalling to make a decision. This is because there's a lot of kind of like stuff they had to wrap up, and there's a lot of emotional stuff that had to be cleared in order to prepare them to meet this challenge with, you know, head on, without worry, without anxiety, and with excitement for the future. Yeah, look at this. This is a showdown energy. The Queen of Wands reversed and the Emperor reversed. I feel like this is whoever they've been dealing with who's been making things problematic, or even just like the echo of the voice in their head. And there's a sense that this situation made your person feel powerless, made them feel like they weren't good enough. They've had to feel like they need to earn that in some way, shape, or form for a really long time. And there's a sense here where this person's calling the shots, right? If your person you know, struggles with change or has struggled with change, it's kind of like, no, you know what, I'm letting go of the past because I have the power to make the reality I want. This person, it's like they're waking back up again. They're like coming to again with the smelling salts image of like, okay, they're waking back up, and this is because they're like, no, I get to decide what I build and who I build it with. And this is, you know, group 3, this is a person that is worth the effort, that's going to reciprocate that and make that a place I want to be, make life a place that is enjoyable for me and with me. Yep, Knight of Pentacles reversed, and this is all about letting go of the past, right? Because it's kind of like, that wasn't it. Knight of Pentacles reversed is when you invest a ton into something and then it just doesn't pan out. It takes a long time. You invest, you're really hoping, and on top of all of that long waiting and difficulty and energy expenditure, it doesn't really work out for you. And this is kind of like your person's kind of like, all right, yeah, it didn't work out. All right, fuck it. It's kind of the energy. The moon, yeah, they're dealing with their feelings about it, but they're also following their intuition about you. Strength. Excuse my burp. And they're finding it, you know, especially, I don't know where it went. Shoot. I lost it. But especially in that image, it's the broken heart and the little ghost is holding it. There's something where this person's kind of like, you know what? They're finding it deep within themselves to try again, to try, you know, this is the sacred heart, to love again, to put themselves out there again, to be open and vulnerable with you even about what they have experienced. So do they think it's worth the effort? Yes. I do feel like it might take a little longer than what you have in mind, and this person might not be highly communicative about what they're doing. So bear that in mind if you haven't heard from them for a while, or you guys took a break and then you're like, well, they never said anything, they never came back. They're working on it. I do feel that. So I want to pull you guys a couple more message cards from this person. Somewhere here. No, it's not that one. It's one here. No, it's this one. There we go. Our cycle isn't done yet. Yeah, I think there's a lot of good things up ahead. You might not believe it, but I want you to know you did the right thing in our situation. Okay, all the blue throat chakra energy. You may have had a conversation with this person. You may have spoken the truth. This always implies that there's something that you did that you might question, right? Like, oh, should I have said that? Should I have drawn that boundary? Should I have, you know, especially it's based on with the throat chakra, like, you know, an expression, a truth, a perception, maybe what you thought was the truth. It's like, given the circumstances and the information you had in front of you, you did the right thing. And your person's higher self wants you to know that. However you responded and acted, it was the right thing to do, right? Like I'm kind of hearing like you had no other recourse. That makes sense. I was a lucky person the day I met you. This person feels very, very, very lucky that you guys crossed paths. I almost want to pull you guys one more. Oh no, they're saying two more. Okay, you guys got a bunch of message cards. We meet in the astral all the time. All right, so you guys might dream about each other again. Very like psychic bond, telepathic bond. But you guys might dream of each other often. Your intuitive hits were right about me. Okay, so again, it's kind of like your perception of the truth. Like, okay, intuitively you're picking up on something. Whatever it was you were picking up on, your perception, you acted in accordance. Some of you didn't have confirmation. So like, it's kind of like they want you to know that based on what you understood, based on what you were feeling, like you did the right thing. So if you're doubting yourself, they don't want you to question that. There's something where you had to do what you had to do. My time with you will always be one of the most precious gifts this lifetime offers me. Oh, I love that. So this is really, really beautiful. So, you know, is this worth it? Yeah. I think this person thinks this relationship is worth it. And I think that they are on their way to, they're making space in their life for this. And they're on their way to being able to express that or show you that in a very, I feel, tangible way, but a very direct kind of way as well. So I think that's everything I've got for group 3. I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for being here with me today. And I hope I get the chance to read for you again real soon. Take care. Bye.